Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Take us, of course, to continue the journey of Transformers Prime. This is Season 2, Episode 25. Of course, we don't know the title until I get into the episode. It's crazy to think that this is the penultimate episode, the episode before the finale of Season 2. We have this episode, next week's episode, the finale of Season 2, and then we have 13 episodes, I believe it's only 13 episodes of Season 3, and then a film to wrap it all up, and then we're done. Transformers Prime is done. It's crazy to think that. I don't want it to end, but it's been a fun ride so far, and we still have a little bit more to go, so that's good, but it's crazy to think we're getting closer to the end. It really is unfortunate, but it's been fun, as I said. Now, last week's episode was crazy because it is considered what people call like a clip show or a previously on, like kind of catch-up, if you will, but the way they handled it was great, where you had Megatron go into Starscream's head, and that's how that can't talk today, sorry. It's been a day. We were reliving, essentially, or in seeing things we've already seen, and things Megatron's never seen before, because he was never around Starscream and all that, and they even tied it way back into the beginning of Season 1 and everything, that 5-parter to start out the whole show, and all of that. And Megatron decided, you are, like, even though all these things, and you're going to betray me potentially, and the whole backstabbing has happened so many times, you're more useful with me than not. Shocking, but I think Megatron is on guard. Now, some revelations really came about all of this, and I don't know how, like, what's going to happen moving forward, but it's setting up for something interesting because Starscream has all of the pieces that are needed. Now, are the Decepticons going to be able to figure out how to use them? Who knows? But we have 2 more episodes, this one and the finale next week, to wrap up this arc. Let's see what they do, guys. I'm really excited to see what they do. Let's go.
Why didn't you tell us about the Omega keys before?
You probably didn't notice.
Well,
Things have been kind of intense around here lately.
Yeah.
So,
You are taking me with you, right?
Aren't we getting ahead of ourselves
if
here?
this all happens, I mean...
Not only do we lack any actual method of reaching Cybertron,
he might have used the Omega keys to buy back Megatron's favor.
He actually did.
without first trying to sell them to the highest bidder, it is Dreadwing. And he wants to meet.
Oh, this makes sense, because his whole brother and everything. You had to be cautious. Everyone, yep.
Your weapon.
Hands where we can see him.
But to give you this.
Oh,
The
shit.
Forge of Solus Prime. The Omega keys?
In Megatron's possession, under heaviest guard, a shadow of disgrace has been cast upon the Decepticons.
100%.
It is a cause I no longer wish to be part of.
He's just done, and I don't blame him.
It's no Star Saber.
No,
but
but
I bet
it's
it
cool.
can shatter Megatron's blade.
I guess we better hope Megatron doesn't destroy the keys to prevent anyone from ever going home.
Ooh. Hope not.
Megatron may be evil. Well, I mean, what difference does it make who restores Cybertron?
As long as they're
If
not
Megatron
controlling it.
revives Cybertron, the leader of the Decepticons will portray himself as our planet's savior.
Yes, he
And
would.
brand all Autobots as war criminals. For while Megatron may have the keys, he has yet to discover the existence of the Omega Lock itself.
Omega Lock?
There are no more Iacon entries to decode.
There's something.
This lock
There's a
could
lock.
be anywhere
Something.
on Earth.
With the Forge of Solus Prime, we now possess the means of reaching Cybertron.
Oh, he's still there. I thought he left. I guess
I've
not.
been searching for you. We Decepticons will be best equipped to rule a restored Cybertron only if we are united. I intend to reach out to our comrade personally.
Oh, I bet you will.
Rise and shine.
I regret to inform you that you will not live to spread your wings ever again.
He wasn't kidding when he said he's gonna personally see him. Ooh.
Wait, this is about Skyquake, isn't it?
100%. Yes, yes.
Behind us.
So had I.
Some form of reparation I can offer to alleviate your anguish.
Your spark will suffice. I said stand down. That is an order.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he has been
Dude.
keeping things from us.
That was
Even
crazy.
Ratchet's out of the loop.
The cons are holding all the keys anyway.
Well, they don't know about the lock apparently, so.
Tick-tock, knockout.
Unless nagging counts, I haven't seen you lift a finger.
I am the one who brought him the keys.
Oh, gee, why didn't I think of that?
Dude.
Go.
How'd they Okay, how'd they figure that out?
That is why.
Of course.
It's on
Keys are
Cybertron.
useless without something to unlock. It's hard to believe. A few swings of that hammer and bam!
Our ground bridge is now a space bridge.
Megatron has discovered that
Yes.
the Omega Lock is on
Yeah,
Cybertron.
he
It
did.
appears we have lost our advantage.
We must embark on this mission with every resource
Building
at
it
our
up the hype.
disposal.
Let's go. Here we go. We're building this whole thing up. Well, that's cool. All right. The theme. It's just them? Oh, wait, there's a lot more. Okay, way more going. Okay, I was like, just them? Oh, shit. Hell yeah.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Love it. Here we go. Man, I'm excited. I'm loving this. This is crazy. And this is not the finale, by the way. This is insane that they're doing all this now.
Optimus?
No.
Ratchet, it's Jack.
Oh.
Is something wrong? Because school's been out for almost an hour and no one showed to pick us up.
What's his
Alternate
name?
method.
The bots are busy.
Then tell Ratchet to come get us. It's not like he has anything else to do.
Oh, that's cool. Ooh. Dude, he is mowing them down. My God.
The Autobots do not possess the means to
They sure do. Ooh.
crush them.
Good luck. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Kicking ass, taking names. Oh, I love it. Oh, my God. This is so cool. This is not the finale. Once again, this is not the finale. This is so crazy. Dude, this is so good. This is... Where's Optimus? Love that move. It's so cool. There he is. Here we go. Ooh. Dude, oh my God. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, shit. Dude, this is so freaking badass. I love her in that suit. That's so cool. Getting the keys. Hell yeah. Wasn't ready for that. Yep.
The spark extractor.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He's got to get out of there. Yeah. Oh?
Soundwave has been briefing me on recent developments, and we may have a more effective solution.
That was insane. That whole sequence was one of the best
Our head
fight
start won't
scenes
last
in the
long.
show.
This is where...
Holy crap. Hello. How you doing? Oh, shit.
So that I may hand over the human.
And if we refuse,
Then I will have no choice but to open the pods. We can all watch them instantly perish.
Die.
Together.
I've always said that Transformers Prime is a great show. And episodes like this remind me how it is a great show, but it is a fantastic show at times. Wow, this was impactful. And I said it, I think, at least twice in the reaction. I don't know how I'm going to edit this thing. There's a lot of really cool shit. Definitely making some YouTube shorts off of this one. Holy crap, there's a lot of things that probably won't be able to show full clips of, but like, Jesus, there's so much happening. But I said it more than once, at least twice or so, that this is not the finale. This is just the build-up to the finale. Wow. The ending, though. Wasn't expecting the ending where the more effective approach, instead of seeing just reinforcements, we're going to capture the kids. And if you don't hand over the Omega Keys, we're going to open the pods up and they're going to die. They said perish, but we know what's happening. And I like how, even though it was surprising, Optimus had to ask the question, and if we refuse to give you the keys? Like, it needs to be said. Like, the show has to say, if we don't give you the keys, what's going to happen? Jesus. So they're going to figure this way. They're going to have to figure this out. I don't know how they're going to figure this out, but they're in a pickle. They're between a rock and a hard place at this moment. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to resolve that. That's crazy. And they even addressed it earlier too, where Jack's like, we've been kind of kept in the dark this whole time. Yeah, because the Cybertron thing, a lot of stuff going on, and you guys were part of a lot of the storylines. But let's be real, this is so like massive in terms of a storyline. The kids being involved really wouldn't have done much. But now their involvement makes a lot of sense now, because they really don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, they're on Cybertron in these tubes, captured by the Decepticons, and now there's this ultimatum here. And then boom, credits. Insane. I said this in the reaction, and I'm saying it again just in case it wasn't included in the reaction portion, but to me, I think that whole entire action sequence where they all were using the different, equipment that they had taken from their base or whatever, and then they were popping up and taking out Decepticons left and right, and the whole fight, again, like basically a rematch of the swords, if you will, between Optimus and Megatron, that whole scene is probably one of the best scenes, like sequences. I call it a sequence because it's one giant scene, really. But it's one of the best action sequences, one of the best sequences of the entire show that I've seen so far. I was blown away about like just the amount of carnage and how much insane cool shit was happening. I love that RC was in that like suit, whatever, but that the one that expands around her. So perfect choice, by the way, for that, and just how everybody was kicking crazy ass in that whole sequence, and how Optimus was getting the upper hand, and how once again proving and solidifying, and we know as an audience viewer of the show, the Decepticon bots that are all like replicated, like they're all the same, whatever generic, forms, the purple, designs, they are useless. They're stormtroopers, but man, it is just satisfying to see where you have just a couple of Autobots taking out a massive wave of them like nothing. It's because they're really bad at being, bots, but still, just seeing the Autobots all like the way they were working out, and even Smokescreen, who's not really been around that much, the fact that they were all working together. It was so good. So good. As I mentioned, in terms of like the kids addressing the fact that we're kind of left in the dark, it really hasn't been telling us really anything. It's like, well, why didn't you tell us the Omega Keys earlier? Well, there's been a lot going on around here, and RC's not lying when she told Jack that. There's been a lot going on around here. I mean, we can't just stop and just tell you everything. Like, a lot of stuff's happening. So I think it's good to address it, even though for me, they're not really necessary to the plot till now, obviously, with the whole capture. But in terms of them discovering the Omega Keys and the locations, the kids being there would have actually interrupted more of this than it normally did in general when the show was actually happening as is. Finding a way to incorporate the kids into this arc until now, I think would have been too much work, and it would have probably just kind of, I think, hurt the episodes if the kids were involved to the extent that they normally are, because this is a way bigger storyline and there's a lot of moving pieces already. To try to incorporate the kids into the mix while they're trying to get the Omega Keys and all the back and forth and stuff, it would have been just too much to handle. And I think they did the smart move of keeping them out and finding some story reasons why they were kept out at points, and then bring them in now at this point, because we already have all the Omega Keys. We're now in Cybertron. The whole entire giant fight just happened. They found the Omega Lock, which was never mentioned until now, because apparently the message that Optimus received, we're not going to talk about that, but now I'm going to tell you. So now we're at this kind of standstill moment. How do they get out of this? And what's the result of this? Because we have another season of the show and a film coming, and then it's over. Because I would feel like if this was the ending of the show, which it isn't, thankfully, getting like if season 2 was like the wrap up here, and there was no season 3, no film or whatever afterwards, I could see this as a kind of way to wrap up the show, because we're getting to this like big, like they revive Cybertron hypothetically, but do they do it next episode, or what happens exactly? Because we have a whole nother season of the show. It's shortened, but we still have more episodes to go after next week. So what happens? That's my question. I want to jump into the next episode right now to see what happens, but I don't want to spoil it, and I don't want to dive in too fast. I want to kind of sit, because I'm probably going to rewatch this episode again this weekend, because I record these about, sometime in the middle of the week, and of course comes out the following Saturday. But I'm probably going to rewatch this again probably Saturday when the episode goes out, because this was so good. This is so good. That's an episode reaction. So yeah, this kicked ass. Loved it. It was so good. And the death of Dreadwing. Almost forgot to mention that. They killed him. He's done. We've seen some death on this show, but never to the fullest extent of like showing that, really. So that was surprising a little bit, but it was effective as hell. So yeah. Rest in peace, Dreadwing. I don't know why Megatron thought it was smart to have Starscream in the mix, because I mean, you know, he was going after Starscream. He's like, "You're gonna pay. I'm gonna take her spark." Yeah. My God, so good, so good. Anyways, what did you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. I can't wait to see what happens next week. Yeah, this just impactful as hell. I just love, and I do wish more episodes were like this, but I understand that's just practically impossible. You can't have giant episodes like this every single episode of the show, but I wish there was more episodes like this that where it caught my attention 100% of the time. It was fully invested in everything. I wish there was more of that in the show, but as of right now, as I'm sitting here thinking about it, this to me is definitely one of the better shows I've covered for the channel, and I highly recommend it if to anybody. Of course, if you're watching this reaction, you've watched the show before or watching it with me now. Because I know there are some people, when I start a show, if they've never seen it, they actually watch the show, then they watch my reaction, they kind of go along that journey. So they watch the episode, then they go to my reaction, and then they kind of go along the journey with me. But to anybody who hasn't seen this show, you're missing out. Holy crap. You're missing out on some really cool shit. So yeah. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What you thought about this episode? What was your favorite moment? I'm curious to know what your favorite moment was. I think for me, I think it is seeing RC in that suit, like just destroying guys left and right. I think that's freaking awesome. Love it. Love it to death. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.